Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report's live coverage of Election Night 2013. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Laura Lindsay Tatum.
And I'm Sarah Jean Vallon.
The Rockbridge Report has just learned that the Associated Press is calling Democratic candidate and VMI graduate Ralph Northam as the winner in the Lieutenant Governor race. We'll have further details later in the program. Results from smaller local races are pouring in as well. We have winners for the races in Rockbridge and Glasgow. In the race for Glasgow Mayor, Ruby Clark has won with 52.69% of the vote, followed by Monica Dock with 44.62%. Congratulations.
For Glasgow Town Council, we have 3 winners: Andrea Bradley, John Hill, and Jeremy Kilgore. And it seems Kilgore has the most votes with 29% of the votes, or 183 votes.
Moving on to the Carrs Creek Board of Supervisors, Russell Ford has won with 45% of the vote.
Board of Supervisors, Walkers Creek District, A.W. Buster Lewis has won with 51% of the vote, or 715 actual votes. We'll be on with him later. School board member, Carrs Creek District, Lori Strong has won the race with 58% of the vote.
And moving on to the South River District School Board member race, Kevin Brooks has won with 58% of the vote. Margaret Volsky is joining us again live from the Republican Party event tonight at Berkey. She is with Cher McCoy, chairman of the Rockbridge County Republican Party.
Good evening, Margaret Volsky here, still at Berkey's truck stop in Lexington. I'm here with Cher McCoy, the chairwoman of the Republican area. I'm sorry, say it again.
Republican area. Now you've got me. Rockbridge area Republican Committee. Sorry.
The Rockbridge area Republican Committee. Cher's sister just won a seat on the school board. Tell us how you're feeling, Cher.
Oh, this is really great. We worked really hard to get her elected. She's going to do a good job. She's been in the area for a long time. She knows what the kids need, and kids are first in her book. And we're excited about having her on the board.
Great. And as we're sort of wrapping up the evening, how are you feeling about the gubernatorial race?
Well, I'm still excited about that. As much as a lot of the pundits want to say we don't stand a chance, we're hanging in there. There's a chance we will lose the lieutenant governor's seat, but we're hoping for the AG and the governor. We really need it.
Perfect. And would you say you had a great night here at Berkey's? Was it a successful Republican rally?
Oh yes, it was great here, and it was. The Berkey's is owned by a Republican. He's really been great, a supporter of the Republican Party, and we were glad to give him the business. And it was fun to be here and share the excitement. Even though we don't know who's winning, it's still a victory party for us.
Great. Well, back to y'all in the studio. Thanks so much.
Coming up on the Rockbridge Report, we'll take a look at the statewide races for governor and attorney general, and we'll have the numbers for the lieutenant governor race, which Ralph Northam has won.
Stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Ever wonder what makes us, the Smurfs, so happy? The forest, of course. This is where we, along with the beautiful forest creatures, make our home with beautiful plant life, clean water, and endless adventures. It's a place to celebrate. So discover the forest with your family today. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. Joining me now is Southern Virginia University politics professor Jeremiah Johns. Professor John, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Virginia is being looked at by pundits as an index for what might happen in the 2014 midterm elections. Do you think this is an appropriate view? And if so, what does the gubernatorial race tell us?
Well, it is true that Virginia is sort of a middle-of-the-road state, a purple state, if you will, in national elections. And it's also true that Virginia in governor's elections, the past several governor's elections, has tended to go the opposite of whoever is holding the presidency. So they've tended to elect Republicans if there's a Democrat in the White House and vice versa. So Virginia governor's elections have tended to be somewhat like midterm elections. On the other hand, I think that Virginia has Virginia candidates that are unique. We have Virginia issues like the government shutdown, the Affordable Care Act plays up in a particular way in Virginia, transportation is a particular issue in Virginia. And so perhaps like New Jersey tonight, Virginia could be something unique, and we wouldn't necessarily, at least myself, I don't think I would necessarily expect the midterm elections to go the same way as we see Virginia go tonight.
And negative campaigning has played a major role in this race. How do you think that has affected voters?
It does seem that voters are noticing the negative ads, and it definitely seems that anyone watching the television noticed that this has been a very negative campaign. Now, the evidence from political science is not really conclusive that negative ads tend to depress turnout, tends to make people feel worse about the election. So I think the negative ads have been on both sides. I'm not sure that it'll depress turnout. It definitely has highlighted certain aspects of the candidates. It has highlighted Ken Cuccinelli's views on social issues. It's highlighted some of Terry McAuliffe's past and some of his business dealings. So it may highlight certain aspects of the candidates. I'm not totally sure that it'll depress turnout.
This race has been discussed often in the context of what it could mean for Democrats and for Republicans. Do you think that this has led to an overlooking of the qualities of Cuccinelli and McAuliffe as individual candidates?
Well, I think that this race has definitely been about them individually. So we've talked a lot about their personal characteristics. We haven't had a lot of discussion about things that Virginia voters seem to care about, things that seem to be on their mind, like the economy, like jobs. We have had some discussion of transportation and the Affordable Care Act, which seem to be important to people. But there's been a lot of focus, I think, on the candidates' qualities, especially negative qualities that the other campaigns have talked about. So while Virginia voters don't seem to be extremely enthusiastic about these candidates, I do think that they know a lot more about them than they did a few months ago.
All right, thank you so much, Professor John, for that political perspective. Join us when we come back for updates on those results.
So what you want to do is, have you already enrolled? You're doing fine.
What did that just do?
Select the drop-down menu again. Wait. So you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payments. Submit. There it is.
Oh my God! I really can't believe it. That's awesome.
Good for you.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees. major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork, loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
This is Neil Haggerty back here.
Next, we'll check back in with Neil Haggerty, who's live at the Rockbridge Democratic headquarters with newly re-elected Board of Supervisors member Buster Lewis. Neil?
Next term, and he's gonna. My first question for Mr. Lewis is, what are your thoughts on this on your win?
Eric, I'm very excited and gratified. I have spent about 40 years serving this county and making contacts and knowing the people and respecting them. And I think that paid off today when we had a fairly newcomer who hasn't been involved, although there was great support that squeaked it out.
Your fellow supervisor, also an incumbent, also has one for Cars Creek. Can you talk a little bit about what your thoughts on that and what you plan to do in the upcoming years as supervisor?
I think Mr. Ford's win in Cars Creek probably was similar. He's a lifetime resident. His opponent was an avid Tea Partier who liked to talk a lot and who suggested things like opening all the elementary schools again, which just isn't a fiscally responsible thing to say. And we have a lot facing us. We need to save the Natural Bridge. We need to provide millions of dollars worth of new radios for our 911 system. We are hiring a new director of fire and rescue to support our volunteers who are stressed and spend too much time raising money in order to do their jobs, saving people's lives. And I think we have a good attitude. I think we have a good plan. And this will give us an opportunity with the board, the existing board that we have, which has set.
Thanks, Neil, and congratulations to Buster Lewis. Let's take a look now at the most recent results in those statewide elections. In the Virginia governor's race, the statewide results are coming in. At present, Ken Cuccinelli has maintained his lead with 47% of the vote, with Terry McAuliffe behind him with 45%. Robert Sarvis is coming in at 6% of the vote.
Virginia Governor Rockbridge County results are coming in. Ken Cuccinelli has a strong lead with 54% of the vote. Terry McAuliffe has 36% of the vote, and Robert Sarvis has about 9%, and that is with 95% of the precincts reporting.
Next, looking at the Lexington results for the Virginia governor's race, Terry McAuliffe has a strong lead with 61% of the vote, followed by Ken Cuccinelli with 32% and Robert Sarvis with 4%, and that's 100% of precincts reported.
Virginia Lieutenant Governor statewide results are in, and with 74% of precincts reporting, Ralph Northam has 53% of the vote. He has officially won the Virginia Lieutenant, not official, excuse me. Associated Press reported that he has won the Lieutenant Governor of Virginia. And E.W. Jackson has 46% of the vote.
Moving on to the Rockbridge County results for that race, E.W. Jackson is coming in at 49%, and Ralph Northam is leading him with 50% of the vote, and that's with 77% of precincts reporting.
Virginia Lieutenant Governor Lexington results are in with 100% of precincts reporting. Ralph Northam has 71% of the vote, and E.W. Jackson has 28.66% of the vote.
Moving on to our Virginia Attorney General statewide results. Mark Obenshain is in the lead with 52% of the votes, and Mark Herring is coming in after him at 47%. 67% of precincts have reported.
Thanks for joining us on the Rockbridge Report. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with more Election Day 2013 coverage. Be sure to follow our website at rockbridgereport.wlu.edu and our Twitter account, Rockbridge News, for the most recent numbers.
Thanks for watching and stay with us.